And the other movie is Blinded by the Light, which is a movie I really think a lot of people should go ahead and check out. And with go ahead talking about it, let's jump into a quick review of it before we end off this podcast. So this movie is about a young Pakistani Muslim boy who is stuck between race and how he and his family is viewed in society in the 80s in Britain, and religion, with following tradition and struggling between how he feels inside as a person and trying to make everyone happy. But when he is introduced to the music of Bruce Springsteen by a fellow student, his whole life changes. He changes, and it goes from pleasing everyone to wanting to please himself and the challenges that come with it. And this movie is, I'll just say, the actor playing the main role, and I know I might butcher this, but it's Vivek Kaura. More than likely, it has more of an accent to when you saying it, but that's just how I'm going to pronounce it because I'm going to butcher it if I try and do the accent. He did real good in the main role. He carried this movie. Everything, all the awkwardness, all the emotion in every different scene, the drama, he brought it to this character. He brought it with this character. He did really good. I was really amazed by just how much I care for this character. And just how this movie did with racial discrimination. If you're one of those people that, you know, don't like that in movies or don't like to see that, you probably might be angered by it. But at the same time, it does deal with like how it was. Like you got a sense of just, even if you're not the race, even if you're not Pakistani and back up in the 80s and stuff, and you don't know how it was, you can still feel the tension and how it would have been or how it must have been being another race around that time, because they did a really good job in just exploring that. They didn't go too deep into it, but they did explore it enough to where you can be affected by it. And also, if you are a huge fan of Bruce Springsteen's music, this will probably be a treat for you because it's played throughout the whole movie. And I kind of like the stylistic way and how they introduced it, because every time his music is played and it's like actually like a big part of a scene or whatever, it does it in a way to where it feels like a music video, especially when he first listens to it and it's like a stormy night. You can see it in the trailer. It's basically brought to us kind of like a music video. You see the words all against the line, all against the walls and stuff, and just how it's done. I love that all throughout the movie. There's other scenes where you kind of have that same feeling, but what they do it in that same way, and I really did like that about it. But overall, like even though it does have a lot to do with racial discrimination, it is a feel-good movie. When it gets to those feel-good parts, it is a feel-good movie. Like you find yourself smiling. I mean, although you do find yourself being like immersed into like the drama that goes along with it, the sadness. It has a lot of emotional parts, but it does have a lot of happy, good moments that by the end of the movie you're gonna be like, yo, this is a good movie. At least that's how I feel. When I saw this movie, I thought it was like, man, this movie was really good. I'm mad that I missed seeing it in theaters because I'm pretty sure that I would have loved that theater experience. But even just just watching it at home, I really did like the film. I really did like it. So I would give it a 9 out of 10. If you guys, just so happen to be in a rental video store, go ahead. If you go past it, just pick it up and watch it, or just rent it on like wherever you get your movies from. Whether you get it off of Google Play or iTunes or whatever, or if you just so happen to just come across it and it's like, you just want to watch it, just find the time and watch it. I guarantee you will have a good time. You would really appreciate this film because it is a really, really good film. Especially if you like films like these and you haven't seen it yet, you will really like it. Guarantee you.